The Innovators Network.
Welcome to the Killer Innovation Show, the longest continuously produced podcast in history. Each week, Phil McKinney brings you the insights and strategies to amplify your creativity and innovation skills. Here's your host, Phil McKinney. This episode is sponsored by Zoom. With Zoom, you can streamline your communication, collaboration, and creativity all in one place. Zoom is the market-leading platform that provides video meetings, voice, webinars, and chat across desktops, phones, tablets, and conference room systems. To learn more about Zoom and sign up for your free account, visit killerinnovations.com/Zoom.
Have you ever wondered how you think? Really stopped and thought about thinking? Are you conscious of your thinking process and how it affects your decision making, or how it affects your problem solving, or just your understanding of the world around you? This thinking about your thinking is called metacognition, and it should be a deliberate effort on your part. It involves being aware of your own thoughts and thinking patterns, understanding how you process information, and using this self-awareness to improve your thinking skills. So, stay with me, and I'll show you 5 advanced techniques to harness metacognition and drastically improve your overall thinking skills. At the end of this episode, I'm also going to share with you a bonus technique that I learned from my early mentor, which I use every day, and when asked, I give it credit for a bunch of my career success. So, why is metacognition important? First, it enables to reflect on your thoughts and behaviors, which leads to self-awareness and self-improvement. It helps us recognize when we're making mistakes or encountering obstacles in our thinking process, including biases, anger responses, etc. By understanding this, it allows us to adjust and improve for better outcomes. Now, metacognitive skills are essential for success. Trust me on this one again. It's one of the reasons why I've been spending so much time on this last series about thinking and improving thinking skills for overall career success. Now, as we constantly encounter the new challenges, this is the reason why we need to have better thinking skills. The challenges, the information, being able to monitor our thinking process becomes crucial in adapting and evolving. It also allows us to assess the validity of the information. Given we have a lot of bad information running around, bad assumptions, and it causes bad outcomes. So if we detect that and we can monitor that, become self-aware, we can make informed decisions and think critically about complex issues. And this can lead to better problem-solving abilities as we're able to analyze multiple perspectives and make connections between different ideas. So, mastering this metacognitive powers, you need to unlock the full potential of your mind. In today's fast-paced world, just being able to reflect, take the time, analyze, and regulate your cognitive processes gives you an advantage that your peers are unaware of. And in fact, I bet you if you go out today and talk about metacognition, most of the people you talk to would have no concept of what you were talking about. Now, while standard techniques like journaling and meditation are effective, going beyond the obvious and exploring lesser-known techniques can enhance your thinking skills even further. And that's what I'm going to share with you now, is the non-obvious advanced techniques to improve your thinking skills, your metacognition. First up, cognitive reappraisal. This technique involves changing how you interpret and respond to stress or challenges. This shift not only reduces stress and emotional distress, but also encourages reflective approach to your problem solving. As you reframe your thoughts, you become more aware of your cognitive biases and habitual responses, things that just kind of set you off. This leading to a deeper awareness of your mental process. By integrating cognitive reappraisal into your daily routine, you sharpen your ability to think critically and make more informed decisions. So what are the steps? First off, go back and identify a recent and challenging situation. Take the time, write it out, and reflect on your initial emotional response. What triggered you? What set you off? Now, reframe that situation by focusing on shifts that would cause a better outcome, not the reaction you had. And then practice this reframing in real time during the future challenges. Maybe it's talking in your head is to say, hey, count to 10, don't respond, listen, don't talk. So try this out. This reframing is important. The second technique, it's use of thought experimentation. Now, thought experimentation for me was inspired by scientists like Einstein, who thought experimentation was a vital tool for them in developing their ideas. And likewise, it's a valuable tool in developing metacognitive skills, as it allows individuals to explore, reflect, evaluate hypothetical scenarios and their potential outcomes. This mental rehearsal strengthens your ability to anticipate consequences, make informed decisions, and most importantly, adapt strategies to suit different contexts. So as a result, thought experimentation fosters a more agile and proficient thinking process, better preparing you to navigate those complex situations with confidence and clarity. So what are the steps? 1, choose a decision or problem. Next, visualize all the different scenarios and the potential outcomes, both positive and negative. Analyze these outcomes to determine the best course of action. And then use insights gained from these mental trials to guide your real world decisions. And then practice. Visualize thinking about what are all the different possibles. Run those thought experiments. Think it through. And that helps set a pattern in your mind about being able to identify those scenarios and quickly switch between those scenarios depending on the situation you are in. Visualization, key. 3, metacognitive journaling. Go beyond traditional journaling by not only recording your thoughts, but analyzing them for patterns over time. By consistently scrutinizing your thoughts over time, you become more adept at recognizing reoccurring patterns and gaining insights into your mental habits. This self-awareness enhances your ability to regulate and optimize your cognitive processes, boosting your metacognitive skills. You'll become more resilient in the face of challenges, better equipped to handle the complex situations, and more capable of those decision-making skills that are just so important. So first off, dedicate a section of your journal to metacognitive reflections. 2, regularly review entries to detect patterns in your thinking. Look for repeated patterns in your journal over time. Use this analysis to consciously alter unproductive thought patterns. Find those thought patterns that are traps for you. You always analyze the same way. You always come to the similar conclusion. The way you make decisions. If you start seeing repeated patterns, change it. That's the purpose. Okay? The 4th technique, mind mapping. Now, we've all done mind mapping, but this is to think about it in the context of how you process, gather, organize, and link information. So, create a visual diagram to represent your thoughts, your ideas, your connections about something that you're working on. Now, this technique helps organize your information and discover new relationships between concepts with age and comprehensive, and it stimulates your brain's ability to analyze and synthesize data. It helps in your mind think about those connections that are so important. This heightened awareness fosters an environment for strategic thinking and problem solving. And again, it improves your overall cognitive ability. So what are the steps? First, start with a central idea of a problem. 2, branch out related thoughts or ideas in a mind map. So put them into bubbles, connect them. And that includes going all the way down into subtopics if it makes sense. Use colors and symbols to categorize and emphasize important connections. Also, I also do this with thought patterns. If I see a common set of ideas or linkages that are in all of my mind maps, then I will go back and flag those and color those. Now reflect on the map to gain new insights and perspectives on how you think. Now, number 5, the Socratic questioning. Now, if you've been a long-time listener, you're probably laughing. You were just waiting for me to bring questions into this discussion. I'm talking about specifically Socratic questioning. Socratic questioning was about deep questioning, constantly digging deeper, asking those whys to really get to the base understanding of the problem or the idea. So, you need to engage in deep questioning to explore the foundations. Now, what we're going to talk about in this exercise is understanding your beliefs. What is it you believe? What are your assumptions about what's important to you? Because that has a huge impact on your thinking skills. This process involves an intense exploration of your thoughts and the foundations upon which they rest. It promotes introspective and brings cognitive clarity. By engaging in deep questioning, you cultivate the ability to analyze and validate the logic of your mental processes. It sharpens your capacity to reflect and adjust your thinking strategies if logic dictates. This is a skill that allows you to get out of the rut and not get stuck with a set of ideas that could be false. So what are the steps? First off, identify a belief or assumption you hold, something really near and dear to your heart. Question its origin, question its validity. Even if you have 100% believed this, and you have to be willing to be the one to challenge it. It helps bring clarity to your thinking process. So you want to talk about its origin, its validity, and implications. Ask yourself questions like, now what evidence supports this? And what if the opposite were true? Use the answers to refine your understanding and beliefs. Okay? 5 techniques. Now, I'm going to give you the bonus technique. Here's the technique I've used daily, if not almost daily, to improve my metacognition skills. Now, this is a secret I learned from my mentor, Bob Davis, and he got it from Earl Nightingale. If you don't watch Earl Nightingale, go to YouTube, go to online, and you can find. He is the godfather of self-improvement. And he was a big believer in a number of techniques. Now, the technique that they taught me was visualization, but not just any kind of visualization. I'm talking about deliberative visualization. This method exploits the brain's remarkable ability to simulate experiences and plans through vivid imagery. By applying deliberative visualization to see, and I mean to really see, successful outcomes or steps in your cognitive processes, you prime your brain to pave a mental pathway towards achieving this goal. It's almost like jogging to get ready to run the marathon. If you want to be ready for the marathon, you got to go jog. If you want to be ready for success, you got to plan for it. You got to think about it. You gotta visualize it. Use this technique to rehearse problem-solving strategies. Picture yourself mastering a new skill or envisioning overcoming obstacles with clarity and confidence. This mental rehearsal boosts your motivation and solidifies your neural connections, making your aspirations feel more attainable and your mind more adept at turning the imagined into the reality. So here you are. You're hanging on to the very end. I want to say thanks. There's one more step you should take. Watch the Think series of content, including how to improve your critical thinking skills and how to stop being mentally weak. If you haven't watched those 2 videos, go back and watch those. And join our community by hitting the subscribe button now so that you don't miss a single episode. Keep pushing your mental boundaries and embracing new ways of thinking. Don't miss out. Subscribe today and make each click a step towards a sharper, more aware mind. Your future self will thank you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Podcasting nonstop since 2005, this has been the Killer Innovation Show on the Innovators Network.
This show is distributed by the Innovators Network. For more information and other great shows and content, visit theinnovators.network.